again. So I'll say, indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. We're doing a little bit of a horizontal one. Today's stream topic, I instantly feel like I almost have more room to talk about it, has been about seeing and believing. Right? We definitely find ourselves in a time where people want to see things before believing. And that is understandable. That is understandable. I get it. I do get it. We do live in a material world, and we are material girls, or whatever, or whatever. But in that way, there is this, I think, forgetting, admitting to the fact that you can see yourself, right? That every single day you wake up and you can go to the mirror and look upon your own face. You can get on a plane and you can fly to Connecticut. You can do cool stuff. You can do cool stuff on this planet. It really is a blessing to have so much freedom, to see so much, right? And to allow yourself to believe. I feel that there definitely is, at least in my experience, this perspective that is gained in traveling, going to different places, where you get to believe that they exist. Right, and that feels like a non-trivial thing to say, and it does sound a little bit silly. I'll admit that part as well. But really, like for really, some people will live literally not actually understanding that other places exist. I've met many people like that, right? And as soon as you go to a different place, it's almost like you gain a certain level of believing, right? And I feel like it very much is the same thing as a personal journey as well. I've noticed in mine that the more I do, the more I'm challenged, the more I'm given opportunities to learn new things, the more I see of myself, right? And the more I see of myself, the more it allows me to believe in myself as well. It is also one of those things where it can be a juxtaposition. I hope and I believe that at some point I'll reach some sort of threshold of skill where I won't have to deal with as much imposter syndrome anymore, where I will have seen myself perform long enough to believe that I am capable of actually doing that. But that does take time. That takes a lot of seeing. It takes a lot of seeing before there will be believing in that way. And I am willing to wait. I think I'm mostly patient. My mind is trying to like parse if I can do something sneaky. Let's see if this works. Oh goodness, thank goodness I didn't. This chair was heavier than I anticipated. It is made of solid steel. Put you down like that. And then I'm gonna like this. And make like so. And then lift you up like that. I don't know if this is better. Is it better than looking down, looking sideways, looking at Chet? The voices are loud, okay? It's not my fault. The voices there speaking. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Seeing and believing. Speaking of, if you figure out how to beat imposter syndrome, you let me know. Oh goodness, Kristen, don't say that. You should be like, oh Mel, totally got it aced. We got it so figured out. Imposter syndrome ain't no thing. That's what you should be saying. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to hear right now, please. Oh please say that instead. Seeing and believing. Speaking of, we start our move into our new place next week. Holy guys, that is wild. Yeah, that is pretty wild, Sam. Me too. The fact that that's also happening for me. All right. Next week, I'm moving into my new place. It is gonna be new. It's gonna be new me, new place, essentially. I also plan on being a lot more liberal with my decorations this time around. I wanna do it. I wanna go for it. So, joining you in that moving energy, celebrating you especially. You've been staying where you've been staying for a lot longer, and your moving chapter comes with a lot more change than mine will. That is amazing, Sam. Indeed. Dude, Sam, so freaking rad. How far is it from where you are now? Just 5 minutes. That's good at least. Don't have to travel for hours. The big thing here is that we'll be able to take hot showers and flush the toilets in our home again. Half this place is still unpacked. There is so much shit. Yeah. That is one thing that I was like joking about as well in this whole packing of our place as well now. Right? Like I have done very little packing of my own stuff in preparation because I literally don't have that much. Right? And this is not me being like, oh, woe is me. It's just me acknowledging that literally everything I have right now is in my room, right? Including my bed and my blankets and stuff, right? Everything I own is in that one room. And the room is 8 feet by 8 feet. It's not a big room, right? 8 foot by 8 foot. Not foot. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more than 8 foot, right? Like there is literally the bed goes up against the wall and then the door opens up against the bed, right? So door length plus bed, entire room length. And then it is technically less in that direction as well, right? And everything I own is in that one box. And to vice versa, the Tani, the aunt, we're staying with John's mom. If you had to put all of her stuff in a single room, right? It would be my room stacked with boxes full of stuff all the way to the ceiling, right? Despite the size of my room, right, I can still live in it despite all of my things being in there as well, right? Versus just a person, and it's not like the Tani Charlene, and she even said this to me, like she's been zeroed, right? Like she had to start over 3 times in her life as well. So she had nothing, and then she started building up again. And even after the 3rd time she started building up again, the amount of stuff that she has would fill the entire box that I'm in, right? Like it's wild how quickly stuff can accumulate. You know, you are kind of snowball in that way. I've done very little packing of my own stuff, while your landlord has been kind enough to relieve you a lot of it this year. True. But at the same time, true. I think despite what I've lost this year, I don't feel like I've lost. Right? I don't feel lesser than. I feel like I've been robbed of anything of value, to say it in so many words, right? And you can say, oh, Mel, but money is of value and your stuff is of value and all of the media and backup photos and stuff that you had saved on the SSD and, you know, laptop that they stole is of value. But really, here I am, pretty contented in being here right now, right? And this is what I value. This is what's valuable. And they can't steal that from me, right? Even if this form perishes, they can't steal that from me. You, the I am, is always here, after all. Since I've moved, my family took the liberty to go through their stuff and fill the basement with all the stuff they didn't want. I guess unaccumulating is my responsibility now. I'll get to it. I want to help you. That is going to be a lot of work, I can imagine. 34% on the battery there. Yeah. People putting stuff in your basement took the liberty to go through their stuff and fill my basement with all of their stuff. Yeah, that sounds like, you know, like great room for like yard sale vibes. It's like, look at all of this yard sale stuff in my basement. That's so convenient. That's so good. Wait, what? And here comes Sam. I knew there would be. Yes. What does Sam say? What's Sam saying? Wait, what? You moved into your place and your parents back rented your basement? Am I reading that shit right? You feel me on the whole, all of that merchandise to be yard saled. Just got back. What are we talking about now? We're talking about yard sales right now, technically. But we have been talking about seeing and believing. I don't know if we've been talking about seeing and believing very recently, though. In what language do they need to be berated again? I'm sure I can find a service. And my brother, yes, you read that right. Yard sale is my intention. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Buy yourself a computer. Right? One yard sale, and then you buy yourself a nice computer. That sounds like such a good use of your time. Right? Decluttering, and then you get rewarded with computer for declutter. So tasty and good. That sounds delicious. What the fuck, Joe? Just let them know. I mean, like, clearly, if something is of so little value to you, and this is not me trying to throw shade, right? It's just me asking the whole question of like hoarding or keeping things, right? Like if it's so not that valuable that you go and put it in someone else's basement, right? Like someone else's house is getting that stuff put in, then the most value it has is turning it back into capital, right? Like I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell it, and then there's no more clutter, right? And then suddenly there's like room for art studio and stuff in basements and stuff, right? Maybe even some percentage of the art studio can be paid for with all of the stuff that got moved out. Name your price kind of yard sale. Just take the stuff. I think it is better if you do label prices on them anyway. All right. I saw this. There's a hair in my mouth. Please. Please stop. Oh, please. Thank you. Where someone had a desk, they were like, free desk. And if they put it on their yard, like free desk. And nobody comes and picks it up for like 3 weeks. And then they wrote, desk, $50. Got stolen in the first 6 hours of it being unattended. So you should still like pretend like it's of value. Even if it's not to you necessarily, still pretend. That way other people will be like, must be. Like, let me haggle this person. I'll give you $10 for this $20 thing. And you're like, okay. I was willing to have you just take it away from me, Sure, $10. I could do $10. Name your price. That sounds like a Meet One impression. I don't know which impression I made, but good. Here locally, we have a version of the Salvation Army. They literally come to your house with a trailer and take everything away as donation. Easy. Nice. I'm guessing like you're donating it and then they take it away from you. But then you don't have to pay for the transport and stuff, which is nice. Their motto is doing the most good, always pisses me off. It's like they're proud of turning their faith into a transactional way to gain God, into giving them more blessings than other people. Nauseating. Yes. The Salvation folk? I think so. Yeah, there's a lot. Like, I heard a story today about a guy here in South Africa who was a preacher. And for him to preach, apparently, he needed R1 million, which is $60,000 US a month paid into his bank account. Right? That's what he was like telling his community, that he needs at least $60,000 to keep the preaching up. And he got his $60,000 a month to keep the preaching up. And that's here in South Africa. Right? And my mind was like, what the fuck? What do you mean? What do you mean you're spending 60,000 US dollars? And like the reasoning is that he's broadcasting. And he needs to be broadcasting all over the country. And that's why it's $60,000. And I'm like, bro, I've been broadcasting all over the planet with a budget of zero, right? With a budget of having had the cell phone I had when starting. So my mind is like, yeah, I get the whole doing the most good, turning their faith into a transactional way to game God, into giving them more blessings from other people, not even then, other people. Yes, those irritating as bell ring singers, Sun King. There is nothing that tests my resolve not to end up Kansas City area lady more than them. And Kansas area lady, same as Florida, man. I think it's dangerously close to being, right? And Sam doesn't want to be challenged, doesn't want to be given the opportunity to go ballistic. Go absolutely ballistic. Go absolutely crazy. Go absolutely stupid. Go crazy. Go stupid. I'm sorry. Love is true. Hello, Melt and Melt streamers. Hey, Nancy. We do need a name for our community. Like, it's been a hard one. Melters. Melters doesn't feel that good. Hey, Melters. Friends. Melt and Friends. Like Friends is the best one that I can think of because I do see you friends as my friends. More or less, Sun King, Kansas City area man, used to be naked dude riding an ATV down the highway, but there's a few years back, the title is up for grabs again. Naked man riding ATV down the highway. What? Didn't I pull this card like 2 days ago or yesterday? I pulled the yes card again. I call us friends, the Melting Collective. Yeah, I do like that one. I do like that. That feels very wholesome and holy. All right? It's like, how are you going to spend your time this morning? Someone might ask you, and you go. I spend my time consciously evolving with the Melting Collective. Now suddenly, boom, status points +4. This person is like, yes. You're doing what now? You're consciously what nowing? With the melting what? Yeah, I said, I'm consciously evolving with the Melting Collective. Sounds pretty cool to me. I like that, Jovan. I have to pull another card because this card just says yes. It just says yes, like over and over again. It's just like yes, 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 yes. This card. That's kind of trippy, especially since we were talking about the Melting Collective literally a moment ago. Thank you, Jovan. The second card we pulled is the Great Gathering. That's like literally collective. It's all coming together, collective. Intuitive hits, collective. Soul Tribe. Soul Tribe. That's some collective. That right there, that's some collectioniosos. One more time of looking at the card is like rocks, but they're like people. These pillars in these environments. Say yes to a great gathering. That's the way I'm interpreting today's cards. You are being called to let your intuition move you physically. You are being connected to a group of souls who are weaving a web around the planet, who are weaving on the web of the planet. And as you travel and share your creations, something is rethreaded. This card is an acknowledgement that you are either being called to connect with others who are like you at a soul level, or that you already are. You are being called to gather groups of people, either by leading them or becoming part of a group that can support you and your soul's personal mission. You are part of a group of souls who agreed to be here at this time in history to heal yourself, your ancestral line, and the planet. To raise consciousness, conscious evolution, to raise consciousness so that we can continue to call this magnificent place home for eras more to come. One of many consciously choosing to devote their lives to something greater than themselves. It's time to call in your tribe by sharing your soul's voice and letting yourself be seen. Yeah, seeing is believing. Yes, just giving us beats on beats on beats of synchronicity. I need to read that one again. It's time to call in your tribe by sharing your soul's voice and letting yourself be seen. I'm looking at you right now. You feel seen. When you share what is real and true to you, and you share the medicine that you need most, those who are like you will gather around you. You are your tribe. They are just like you. And just as you are longing and searching for them, they are also longing and searching for you. That's some seeing is believing kind of stuff right there. Hold this card in your heart and say, I choose now to let myself be seen. I am ready to call in my soul tribe and create a web of light all around the planet. Yeah. This card is literally about the melting collective, right? Yeah. This space and the things we experience in it is so uniquely ours, right? Like, it really is a kind of magic for me, at least. Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. You're getting the earrings too? The tribal call is upon us. This is the perfect card. I'm like, my brain is melting. Melt high vibes. Love to you too. Thank you. Thank you, friends, for finding yourself here for a moment. Like, my mind is like, whoa. Whoa. Did we just reading like synchronicimetries that hard, so quickly? I'm almost like caught off guard. This universe knows about us, I'm sure. It knows, right? Everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to. All we have to do is listen. Listen and be patient. Listen and be calm. Listen and be friendly. Listen and be kind. And as we stay in this space, we will learn from it. Whew. It's almost time for us to leave as well. It is. It is almost such a time. Yes. Yes. I got mosquito bitten. At some point, the nanomachines in my skin will make them explode. Cannot wait for that. If you bite me and suck off my blood without my permission, you need to explode. That's the only That's the only right thing. It's the only way. It's the only way to make it right. But it needs to be like a spectacle. I want it to be like a little firework, like a mini little firework, like a little. I'm going morbid. I'm sorry. I need to stop. This card has some zoom swoops. Give it here. Like my mind is like still like whoa. I want to apologize for the past unkind remarks or any future inappropriate words. You are forgiven, dear friend. Thank you. Thank you for freeing yourself. I hope you know that forgiveness is something we do for us. Right? Forgiveness is letting the world off the hook. Forgiveness is realizing that you cannot actually be touched. You cannot actually be harmed. And that's at least what forgiveness has been for me, right? And I can get riled up. I can get pretty like peeved. I can get like pretty touched right now and in this moment. I can be like, yes, see, how can you say something like that? But then, like a little bit later, I won't think about it anymore. Because thinking about it now and feeling angry about it didn't serve me then. So it wouldn't serve me later either. Right? Yeah, this definitely is a different way to do it. Doesn't it look nice if the green, blue, and golds kind of matches my shirt too in a little way? Thank you, Jovan, for being a part of this experience for me. This also has definitely like changed my whole vibe versus the whole blowtorching. This feels a little bit more chillaxed. I'm getting one of those that makes your eye watery. I think you can see it even. Woo. Don't forget to updo. Yeah. Updating this stream means it will reach more people. That is how it works. But really, I just appreciate you friends being here. Whether you updo or not, what is of value for me is your presence right now. Right? The fact that we are given the chance to see and believe. I am definitely a seeing is believing kind of person. Right? And I believe that we can see with more than just our eyes as well. And in that way, the way that I've been showing up for you friends and for this stream has been a seeing is believing kind of thing. Right? It had to be. I had to believe that it's possible to show up. Right? And it feels very surreal to me, I won't lie, actively, every single day, that you friends can see that way of being as well. This experience of being a person can definitely be a lonely one. And like I'm reminiscing on the card we pulled, you know, this whole soul tribe that I've been looking for you friends my whole life. And maybe, and this is again me projecting, you've been looking for me too. And it's like the imposter syndrome. We did talk about that earlier. The imposter syndrome in me tries to convince myself that I'm not worthy, right? That I need you more than you need me, all right, as a stimulus. Seeing is believing. You friends have shown me a lot of love. Love is true. I thank you, friends. I've been trying to upload every day. Melt, it's so hard. It is. It is. I'm proud of you. Let me, about that actually. Let me see. I have been trying to keep up. I'm trying to click on your profile right now. It's not allowing me on my tablet interface. But if it shows up for me, I'll update any new ones that you've posted. It is hard. It is hard. There is a certain, I don't know how to explain it other than just to say it as it is in me, right? And again, projection is going to entail. But there is this version of me that likes getting something done and then wanting to believe that it's done indefinitely, right? Where I want to almost be done with it. It would be nice if I could just like make one video and then I get all of the fames, I get all of the monies, I get all of the satisfaction and the fulfillment. I get all of the pride in my work, right? And then like, donezo. But that's not how it works, unfortunately, right? And then there is this weird balance that needs to be reached because you do deserve to rest, all right? You do deserve to feel good about this work that you've done, and you do deserve to feel like you've earned yourself a moment of not working, right? And in that way, doing it daily is not necessarily something I recommend, right? My recommendation is that you show up for what you love every day, right? And that's why live streaming is the easiest. Like I show up because I love you friends. I love having conversations. I love talking about conscious evolution, about how we constantly receive information from the universe and we are required to grow. We are required to grow, right? Like that's kind of what the gig is. And I'm showing up to do that with you friends. And in that, your journey might be different than mine, right? What it is you need to be doing, what it is your purpose is different. The only way to find that is to do what you love, right? And do it a little bit. Just do it a little bit. It doesn't have to be a whole hour. It can be 15 minutes. You can make a fraction of progress on the thing that you love every day, just a little bit. And in that way, you're making progress, right? Like we did mention games a little bit earlier. Wasn't a negative light, but you can think of it like a progress bar, right? That you are actively pushing. I'm very amazed and grateful for how you show up. I am just as amazed and grateful for you showing up with me, Zana. Right, literally, like the fact that you use the word amazement, I feel that. Friends, I'm stoked. I got non-stick pans. Making grits cleanup should be easier. Bless you, bro. Yeah, it is. It helps a lot though. Cleanup is significantly more convenient. Just make sure you don't use any steel things in your new non-stick pans. Melty, I think we are symbolic in this experience. The energy expended in this space is converted and transferred and repurposed and recycled into a perpetual cycle of feeding the collective. That is a kind of conscious evolution. That's us coming together to create an energy that doesn't exist without us coming together to create that energy. All right, like we're doing that. We are literally doing that. Grateful for this tea house full of loved ones. I forgot about this song. You could hear the songs in the background. It was vibing. It's not been that loud, so it's been Om Shiva. Then start with me. Start with me. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for believing. Thank you for showing up for love alongside me. All right. That's what we're here to do. Day after day, showing up for love. Because we're gonna be showing up for something, all right? Showing up to live. It sounds boring. Just to live. I've been living this whole time. I live non-stop. Showing up for things though. I, that's something. Showing up for love. Woo! Namaste, baby. Namaste. Om Shanti. Peace be upon you, dear friends. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful one. One filled with hope, one filled with joy, one filled with calm, one filled with deep breaths followed by long exhales that bring you a sense of stillness. I hope you have the mostest, beautifulest day, everyone. You're for really, realsy, realsers. And for truthsies and truthy and truths so very muchly held dearly, mindful Meltmore. And all of you, oh so very absolutely, positively, undoubtedly, unmistakably, perfectly, gladly, giddily, wholeheartedly, wholesome humanimal critter creatures believing what you see. I thank you again for seeing me. Thank you for letting me see you, even if it's just in you feeling the act of being looked at. I appreciate it. Have a good day until we do it again. Tomorrow, friends, keep living. I love you. Until tomorrow.